last Monday. The Army also said there was 935 suicide attempts in 2007. Hello, you're on the Real News.
Hello.
You doing all right today?
Yes, this is Dave. How are you doing today, Fern?
Hey, good, Dave. Glad to have you with us.
Very good. I'd like to make some comments on some of the comparisons of this impending inflation and recession coming up. They like to compare it to the 1973 oil embargo. Well, these two both have something in common. In 1973, the Arabs were keyed off as for helping the Israelis with money, equipment, armaments, which they used to kick the tail of the Egyptians. And a couple years after that, there was an oil embargo. Well, we've done the same thing again. We've gotten the Arabs mad by interfering in their area. So once again, there's an oil embargo. Quite a coincidence.
Where do you see this recession going, Dave?
Well, to continue with comparisons, in 1973, we were just coming off a tremendous high of prosperity. The housing market was strong, the dollar was strong, housing was way up, there was very little public and private debt, the unemployment was low, we had everything going. The oil embargo was enough to throw us into a recession throughout the entire 1970s. Now, this time around, in addition to the oil problems, we have huge public and private debt. We've got devalued dollar. We've got poor leadership. We've got inflation marching along, and we're flooded over with illegal immigrants. So that last one was, I think, pretty minor to what's coming this time.
It's a perfect storm scenario, isn't it?
I'm sure I left some problems out. There's nothing more than that. But that's all I could come up with at short notice. So I compare the two. If you compare it with 73 and how it was fired off and what happened, compared to now, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. I would suggest everybody should stock up on canned goods and like Reverend Billy says, stop shopping. You guys keep up the good work.
Hey, Dave, we are supposed to have Reverend Billy on as a guest. I believe, is it June 28th?
June 28th.
June 28th. So if you're a fan of his, he's supposed to be our guest.
Yeah, he brings things to light. He gets a lot of publicity. The media treats him as a novelty, but he's got a good point.
Yeah, he's quite a character. If you're not familiar with him, you can check him out on the internet. He will be our guest on June 28th unless something changes.
That's great.
I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, Fern.
Excuse me. I just wanted to comment, I think it's such a sad story to have this many people that's committed suicide or armed forces in Iraq and in Afghanistan for the past 5 years. I find it extremely sad for American young men and women. No end in sight, no plan by our government, how to exit this country, if ever. Fighting beside Blackwater and Dino Corps troops, private American military being paid $10,000, $20,000 per month, getting rich off the U.S. taxpayers. That goes largely unreported. Apparently disturbing large number turn to suicide. Would not this be considered a clear indicator that something is wrong in our continued occupation of Iraq? I would like to read one of our emails. This came from Dennis, and he's put me on the carpet a little bit, so I wanted to read it because he's right. You have asked repeatedly for suggestions. I have emailed before. Report on depleted uranium. You touched on it once. I've asked for this before. Why do you refuse to address the devastating war crime? Dennis, I have had good intentions, and my apologies. 2 weeks from today, June 13th, we will report on depleted uranium. You have my word. And for those of you who are unaware of this subject and Dennis's concerns, I think you will have an eye-opening experience. Every week also we do a poll, and it's on our website, therealnewsradio.com. We encourage everyone to go there and vote, and the winner we put back up, and usually what's on our poll is information that was given in our last broadcast. This week on our poll was McDonald's secret gay agenda, the media that doesn't report the Bilderberg Group, the Pentagon's total mishandling of our money, those who are secretly working toward a North American Union, and the liberals that are opposing drilling in the ANWR. And this week, the winner is the liberals that are opposing drilling in the ANWR. So there must be a lot of people out there that feel like this is something we should do. It was overwhelmingly the winner. I'd also like to remind everyone, starting in 2 weeks, we're going to have a new segment, a call to action. I want you to email me suggestions. This can cover a lot of different things. We're going to be activists. We're not going to just come on here and talk about the problems. We're going to try to do something about them. We can't do it by ourselves. It can't be me and Brian. It's for all of us. This radio broadcast is for you, a forum for you to call in and get involved. And this coming week, the Real News crew will be covering the Bilderberg event in Chantilly, Virginia. We'll be bringing you some information next week on that, so tune in. And again, the website's realnewsradio.com. Email us on air at realnewsradio.com. And until next week, this is Farron saying, God help us all.